Hi, welcome to this 13th video on jazz improvisation, and today I'm going to talk about substitutions and apply them in a blues in F concert. So I'll do a bunch of them and explain to you briefly what they are. So maybe let me just start by playing the blues in F so we hear it. 1, 2, Okay, so substitutions. We'll start with tritone subs. In the tritone sub, I'm taking a dominant chord that resolved a fifth down. For instance, in the blues in F, on the fourth bar, I'm resolving, on the fifth bar, sorry, I'm resolving to B flat, coming from F7. So the F7 is resolving a fifth down. So in this case, I can do what we call a tritone sub. Instead of playing F7, I'll play B7. And then when you have such a dominant chord, you can, if you want, add the 2 minor in front of it. It's 2 minor, so the 2 minor of the B7, if B7 is the 5, so the 2 would be F sharp minor. And so I'll do that. I'll specifically, when I get into substitution, and especially when there will be many of them, think about some target chords, target bars I'm aiming for. The first one, of course, F7, and the fifth one, B flat 7, and then the ninth bar on the G minor, and back to the top. Sometime, of course, in the middle on bar 7, the F7, I'll aim for that one as well. It depends how many subs I have. So we start with the tritone sub. I'm aiming for the B flat 7. I'm doing F sharp minor, B7, going to B flat. Then I will, in this case, resolve on the 7th bar on the F7 using D flat minor, G flat 7, F7. Then I'm aiming for the 9th bar on the G minor with E flat minor, A flat 7, G minor. And then I'm aiming for the top on the F7, and in this case I will use the next 3 bars as a long 2-5 as opposed to resolve on bar 11, so I have more time to play over the tritone sub, and again that would be D flat minor, G flat 7. So let's play a bit. 1, 2. Now let's do another sub. So that one would be the substitution of the flat 7 dominant. That means if I'm aiming for a B flat, the flat 7 of B flat is A flat 7. I could refer as this as a minor sub, sometimes 4 minor sub. Like again, I would add the 2 in front of the A flat 7 and do E flat minor, A flat 7 to B flat 7 minor sub, because those chords are generated by the minor mode of my resolution of B flat here. So in B flat minor, the 4th chord being E flat minor, and the 7th degree being A flat 7. So in the blues, aiming again for the 5th bar, I'll play E flat minor, A flat 7. Then I'll again focus on the 7th bar by playing E flat 7 going to F. And when I'm going to the G minor, I won't do it. I just, I choose not to because it's going in minor, and I find it create more contrast if I use a D13 sound. And then I'm doing the 2-5 at the bar 9 and 10, which the regular 2-5, G minor, C7. And then on the last 2 bars, as opposed to resolve, I'll play B flat minor, E flat 7, back to the top. B flat 7, E flat 7, exactly, going to F7. And sorry, I'm transposing sometime. And I choose to do it this way. I mean, you could do it another way, where you put those chords, how long you put them. But hear how this one sounds. 1, 2, huh. And that was the second sub. Now let's do another one. Now I will be doing some back cycling. So the back cycling mean you take a resolution. So here on bar 5 we have B flat. In front of that B flat I put F7, but in front of that F7 I put C7, and so on. And I'll do that using Tritone Sub, meaning when I'm going to the 5th bar on the B flat, I'm using B7 before with the 2 in front, F sharp minor. Now the chord before that, the B is actually a F, and so the chord before that is C7. I'll do the same thing, G minor, C7. And if I keep moving backward, if you want, I end up to have 2 5s in semitone. So starting on the top, I got the F7, then I got A flat minor, D flat 7, G minor, C7, F sharp minor, B7 to the B flat. And I will apply that to the blues where I'm going after that towards the F. In this case, I don't have much time, so I'm just gonna basically do the Tritone Sub, D flat minor, G flat 7 to the F. Now I'm aiming for the F now, in this case on bar 11. So going from bar 8, I have E flat minor, A flat 7, D minor, G7, D flat minor, G flat 7 to F. And then I do a 2-5 to the top. That would sound like that. 1, 2, huh. Okay, now another sub. I'm going to be doing the 2-5 to the Tritone Sub. So the Tritone Sub, when I was going to B flat, was B7. So I'm doing the 2-5-1 to that one. That would bring me to play D flat minor, G flat 7 to the B, or C sharp minor, sorry, F sharp 7 to B7, then to B flat. And I would apply that as well on the last 4 bar of the tune. So on the top, I'm aiming for the F7. So the Tritone Sub of the F7 is just G flat 7, so I'll do a 2-5 to that one, A flat minor, D flat 7, G flat 7, and back to the top. Sounds like that. 1, 2, huh. And that's another one. Okay, now the next substitution, I'll be using 4 and sharp 4 diminish. In this case, that's pretty common. On the first bar, you play F7. On the second, you play B flat 7, going to B diminish, and then resolving to F. Often the F there would be major 7 in this case. And but the only difference here is that when you get to the 9th bar of the blues, when you get the G minor, I'm going to replace that G minor by a B flat major. So I'm changing the 2 minor for 4. And that would be a subdominant sub, and I'm doing the 2-5 to that B flat, and then B diminished to F on bar 11. Here we go. 1, 2, huh. Now I'll do a little something different. I'll do the same thing, but when I'm going to the 4 chord now on bar 9 as opposed to G minor, when I'm going to B flat, I'll do the tritone sub of that B flat, F sharp minor, B7 to B flat. 1, 2. Okay, now I'll play a sub where I'm using 1 4 dominant 1, and I'll do that over 2/5. So I'm thinking more about, this is more like a blues sound, but I'll use it here in the blues, aiming for the B flat 7. So on bar 3, I'll be thinking in a way about, if you want C minor 11 or some kind of B flat, then I'll be thinking about E flat 7 over the F and resolve to B flat. And I'll do that also at the end, where I'm going over the G minor, going to the F, G minor 11 if you want, so more like an F sound, and then B flat 7 over the C, so I'm going more for the 4 chord. 1, 2. Now I'm going to do another substitution, and of course, the more I move forward into this concept, maybe the more obscure some of those substitutions might be. Like this one, for instance. I'm going to be doing a 2/5 to the tritone to the 1, but the tritone sub to that 2. Meaning I'm going to B flat 7, so before that I got B7, which is the tritone of F. I'm doing the 2/5 to that B. That would be C sharp minor F sharp 7, B7 to B flat. But before the C sharp 7, I'm doing the tritone sub to that one. That goes there, I mean. That means if you usually resolve to the C sharp minor, you have a G sharp 7 that gonna resolve to that chord, but I'm gonna do the tritone at that G sharp and do D7. So from the top I got F7, D13, then C sharp minor F sharp 7, B7, and then I'm on the B flat. And I'll repeat that a few times in the tune, like especially at the end you'll have like A7 going to A flat minor, D flat 7 resolving to G flat, and that brings you to the top. So let's hear all this sound. 1, 2. And now I will be doing giant step changes over the blues. Again, I'm thinking about my resolution, and from my resolution, I work my way in major up, backward, adding the 5 in the middle. Meaning if I'm aiming for the B flat, before the B flat I would have a D, and then I would have a G. But I'm adding a 5, so I go G, A, D, F, B flat. And I'm gonna do that a few places in the blues. For instance, for bar 1, I start on F, and then I'm doing a 2/5 to the G flat. They're gonna go a G flat, A, D, F, B flat. And so this way I get the giant step there, but I have a 2/5 going to that G flat. And then after that I'm gonna aim for bar 9, aiming for the G minor, and that means from the G minor backward I would have a B, and then before E flat. Again, I'm putting the 2/5s, and I'll do a chord heading for the E flat. In this case, I'm doing Tritone Sub. So I'm doing, like, say, from bar 5, B flat 7, B minor, E7, E flat major. And from there, I do giant step, E flat major, F sharp 7, B major, D7, G minor. And again, now I'm aiming for the top. So this is the third resolution, and I'm going the resolution at the end, which is the top, would be F. So from the F, I'm going A if I go backward, and D flat. So again, I'm doing a 5 to the D flat, I'll do A flat 7, then D flat, EA, and CF. So let me try. 1, 2, I could practice those for a long time. I mean, they're not all easy, but that's the idea. And after that, when I finish this one, I will start to talk about substitution, but using symmetry, as opposed to do, I mean, most of the substitution we talked about, except for the last one, which is symmetric major third. The other one falls mostly into the category of back cycling, you know. I mean, of course, there was like the blues with 1-4-1, but a lot of back cycling in the minor sub. Now, when you talk about symmetry, we're talking about chord progression in semitone, in tone, in minor third, in major third. Those will be the main one. The tritone also, but we did the tritone a few times. So let's say if I'm thinking about going down by semitone, it's really close to the one we did with the tritone subs, you know. So if I'm going F7, I could go A flat minor, D flat 7, G minor, C7, F sharp minor, B7, and then resolve to B flat, and so on. But I'll do it anyway because it's a little bit different when I systematically do it by semitone. For instance, on bar 7, I'll do E minor, A7, E flat minor, A flat 7, G, and then from bar 10, I'll do a cycle of semitone down back to the top with the E flat minor, A flat 7, D minor, G7, D flat minor, G flat 7, F. Now I could have done symmetry by semitone to the resolution, like say to F, and going like, you know, D, E flat, E, F. But I didn't find that sounded as strong for me. I rather do the symmetric ideas resolving to the 5 chord or to the tritone, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm doing semitone down, let's say from the top, all the way to F sharp minor B7, that's a tritone, and then resolve to B flat. So this way my resolution is still strong. So let's try it. 1, 2, Now I'll do the same thing but going up. So I'm gonna think about the 2-5 going to the B flat. In this case, I will not use the tritone sub. I'm gonna be aiming for C minor F7 going up to there. So from the top I got the F7, and then I'm working my way up to the C minor, B flat minor, E flat 7, B minor, E7, C minor F7, and B flat. And I'll do that again, but this time all the way to the top, to the F. So if I'm starting, say, on bar 6, I'm going to be starting D flat minor, G flat, and then every bar gonna go up, D minor, G, E flat minor, A flat, E minor, A, I'm on bar 9, F minor, B flat, F sharp minor, B, G minor, C, back to the top. And that would be symmetry going up by semitone. 1, 2. that one is not easy. Let's see what I have here. The next one I would be going by minor third, so that's another symmetric idea. I'm gonna go up by minor third. So again, I'm aiming in this case to the F sharp B, so the B7. If I'm going backward and I'm going down by minor third, because I'm going up and I'm going to be going forward. So B, I'm going to go to A flat and then to F, and I'm putting the 2 in front of all of those. So from the top I got F7, C minor F, E flat minor A flat, F sharp minor B to B flat. Those also are a mix where you have the C minor F, it's a regular 2/5 to the B flat. When you have V flat minor A flat, that's a minor sub, 4 minor flat 7 dominant, and then you got F sharp minor B7, and that's a tritone sub. So I'm doing the B, then on bar 5 I have the B flat, and then I'm pretty much gonna play just the regular blues, except I'm gonna use that again on the last 4 from bar 9, from bar 10. I'll do G minor C7, B flat minor E flat 7, D flat minor G flat 7, back to the top. 1, 2, huh. Okay, now I'm gonna be doing the same thing, but going down. That's not as common, but again I'm aiming for the F sharp minor B7, but going down to it. So from the top I'll do F7, then C minor F7, A minor D7, F sharp minor B7, and resolving. I'll do that also going to the G minor chord on bar 9, where I'm gonna do F sharp minor B7, C minor, F sharp minor B7, E flat minor A flat 7, G minor, and then I'll do it for the top, where I'm going G minor C7, E minor A7, D flat minor G flat 7, back to the top. 1, 2, huh. Not easy to play. And so now I'm doing the major third, but I already did major third down when I did giant step, where I was aiming for the B flat, and before the B flat I was just making playing backward, where I was going from the B flat, then doing a D and a G flat. Now I'm gonna do major third, in this case going up. The way I decided to do this, again I'm aiming for the F sharp minor B7. So from the B7 backward I'm going G7 and E flat 7. So in this case I'm doing 2 5s. I thought it sounded good like that. So from the top I got F7, then B flat minor E flat 7, D minor G7, F sharp minor B7 to B flat. And then I'm aiming for the G minor. So to go to G minor, so before the G minor I got the A flat 7. So if I'm going a third down, that would be E7. So I'm doing only that part. And then when I go back to the top, to the F, again, before the F, I'm going to aim for the G flat 7 and the D7 and the B flat 7, and put, of course, the 2 5 in front of those. It sounds like that. 1, 2, huh. And that would be it. I mean, there is other substitutions I can do, and of course, a lot of other harmonic sound based on different modes and different ideas, different triads, different pentatonic. But this is some of them that I'm looking at sometime. When I take a new tune and I have difficulty hearing other things in the chords, I would use some of those and see how they sound over the tune. It just helped me to be more free. I mean, of course, ultimately, when I am playing live, I don't think about any of those, but it helped my ear to navigate through all those chords, and basically at the end, you got pretty much all the keys in there, and you just get better, you know, at make your solo melodic going around those. So it gives you flexibility. I think that's an important tool as an improviser, so you don't only have one way to go through a chord progression, and you know, you don't have to do it this way, of course. This is just an idea. Of course, it's really systematic, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some players just take a blues, they play, and everything comes out there. And sometimes I'll do that too. But using different chords substitutions like this might help you to develop your ear and your vocabulary. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and well, have a nice day. Bye bye.